What's up, guys? Right, weekend's here, that means more work on the GT. Today's job is to possibly drill the sump and do the oil feed lines for the turbo as well. Get obviously all the connectors and everything fitted, the aim fittings, and then possibly get some work done on cleaning this engine bay up because it's pretty bad. But we should see where we get with it. But the main thing is the turbo drain and the oil feed pipes, and give the engine a bit of a clean up as well because it's looking pretty dire really, as you saw last week. But I'll get the other car out and we'll get this over and get the crane out and whatnot and get cracking, shall we? Okay, engine hoist obviously is out, ready to go, and obviously I'll start lifting the engine and get that bit done. But what I will do is show you the turbo drain. Now it is quite large, to be fair. That's the drain itself. Now it's because that's the size of the standard drain on that turbo, which remember is the T25. So I went for the same size pipe. Now that is heat and oil petrol resilient, but it's not that resilient that that's going to be really, really close to the bottom of the turbo and close to the exhaust. So what I'm going to do is on a Saab that has actually got another piece of metal pipe going to it, which is probably, if I say it's probably about that long, and it's like, it's corrugated and it's turned around at a 90. The idea is I've ordered one, I'm going to cut it, so then this pipe itself is further down away from the actual hot bits, so there's only going to be a small amount, which will make it obviously go into the side of the block of the engine, which I'm going to probably somewhere around there once I obviously get the turbo off, around here where it obviously sticks out. I'm going to do it's obviously not this end, remember, but I'm just seeing the size wise it's well away from the engine mount, should give me enough. So that's the idea. Obviously, as you know, some things have changed again. As you know, I've ordered I got the kit for turning that into a T28 T28 hybrid. Well, I got offered a TD04, I think is a 15T, which is it's a Saab upgrade basically. This is quite small anyway. Even on the T28, it's quite small with the hybrid. What most Saab guys do is they upgrade to the TD04. I'm sure it's 15T. I'll find out and I'll put a link in the description. Because it's got the same exhaust flange, it's pretty much identical, bigger though, which means I'm going to muck about with the exhaust or anything like that, which I've already built, and it's going to give me more choo-choo. I mean, I think the last thing I checked, they're good enough up to about 300 brake, which that's not going to go in for 300 brake. I mean, even if I put a fully forged engine in, no way am I putting a 300 brake engine in that car. It'd have to be tube chassis and everything. But that doesn't mean that this can't set the ballpark really for the perfect chassis, the MX that's that side, which will be going boosted eventually, but that's some way off. I want to get this obviously sorted first, and obviously Gregor's needs to be sorted as well, which is going to be a few more videos of that. So that's the idea. I've been offered the turbo for pretty much nothing. It's going to be a while before it turns up because it's still on the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything sorted with this turbo, get her up and running on the T25, T28. I'll get the mapping done and everything. Obviously I'm mapping it myself, because there's no point in me sending it to a rolling road to get that little bit extra out when I'm going to be changing the turbo anyway, and then pay another 300 to 400 quid, so just pointless. So the idea is to get this obviously going, then go from there. It does mean the clocking V bracket that I made might not be right for the turbo, but hey, I can make another one of those. So that's about it really. So today I'm going to get the engine up on the crane. I was going to put it on an engine stand, but it just takes up too much room if I put it on the engine stand. So get it up on the crane, whip the sump off, and start getting the I ordered a steps drill bit somewhere. I keep losing it, to be honest. It is. Or a step drill bit, and get that obviously drilled ready for the turbo to go on, then to go back in, but the engine's going to need cleaning up anyway. And the other idea, like I said before, is to get the bay a bit cleaned up, so because it's a bit grotty, and that inside that gearbox is disgusting. So there's obviously an oil leak on the back of the engine, which I might as well sort while I've got it out really, because it's point putting it back in. But it's just always, I'm not going to do a wire tuck or anything like that before anybody asks. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of wiring because you've got MGMX and everything like that. But get it all cleaned up and paint it. I was going to paint it a different colour, but it's not a nice enough engine bay to paint a different colour because I'm not going for a tuck. If I was going for a tuck, I'd go for cream engine bay. But no, I think I'm going to go black, but get it nicely painted up. And also I need to re-weld. I've got all the steel which is down here that I cut out for the... I thought the turbo was going to needed some more room, so I cut a load out, but I need to just weld that back in. But will I get onto that bit today, I don't know. That'll probably be in the next video. But the main thing is get that up, get the sump off, get it drilled, and go from there. Okay, let's get cracking, shall we? Right, I've just put the turbo on. I'll do is, camera's not showing it up very well, so I'll get a torch. So, drain's there, practically straight down anyway. So, it's going to come down, and then I say there, which, provided there's nothing on the back of that, once I whip the sump off, we should be alright. But the only issue with it is, if I can get the connector off, let's tell you what, let's put you back on the tripod. Move the tripod over. Right, zoom in a bit. There. Right, it's the pipe. The only issue is the sheer size of this barb. Not off it. Can you get? I'll tell you what, I've got no chance of the barb coming out when it's on the car. Oh, then again, when it's hot, it might. No, that's not going to come off unless I warm up the pipe. Alright, the size of the barb. It's quite big. That should be alright actually. As long as it's below the thingy line, that should be okay. So what we'll do is we will just make a mark. I'm on the wrong side of the workshop, so really I need to get the other side, but I'll make a mark. We'll put it there. Scrap some of the paint off with a bottle cap. Yeah, it's right in the centre of a rib, which means it should seal on the back end, on this front end and the back end. Obviously, I'm going to put an O-ring anyway, and probably some sort of sealant. Yeah, so I'd say that would be alright. We'll see what's on the other side though first. I haven't got a clue whether that's going to be, whether the depth of the barb. Depth of the barb going in there, the threaded side is going to be found on anything. I know there's a sump, well you'll see it in a minute when I take the sump off, but there's a sump guard, well like a baffle I'd say, or that's up there, yeah, and I think, pretty sure that is bolted with, It's going to be tight. Let's have a look though. Let's sump off and I'll show you. Right, also something you need to know is there is 2 hidden bolts, by the way. Just will say they're hidden. They're right at the back of the sump, and they're really long, as you can just tell. at that. So they're right at the back, 2 of them. I nearly forgot, and I was like, hold on, I've been here before when we on the other engine that I kind of blew up. Well, I didn't blow it up. We think it was the flywheel was loose, to be honest. So right, this she should come out now. So in a moment you should see it on the bench. Okay, so I'm gonna just go and get the bomb. I put it with my coffee, so sorry. Right. There is a slight issue. Well, ever so slight, hopefully. The problem I've got is, due to the size of the bomb, and I bet people who drill the sumps never notice this. I'll tell you what, we'll take you off the tripod so you can see. If you drill your sump, I mean, it depends on what barb you've got. I can fully understand, but let me just zoom out a bit because we're too far too thin. Right, you've obviously got the there's a thing in some like Windows tray or something. There's a word for that baffle thing. Well, if you can notice, it's bolted to the bottom of the sump. So you know what I mean? I mean that without that nut on it would probably go. But some people could drill to here, so that's really close, if you notice, to the main bearing. So I'm going here, kind of close up to the front. I mean, doesn't look like it's going to cause too much of a problem, because it's quite far away from anything. It's just make sure it's not near the Windows tray or whatever. Let's just call it baffle for now. I'll put the proper name in the video. So that's where I'm going to go, which means it's quite close to the front, but it's really close to a bolt hole, which is fine. I've not really got an issue with the placement, to be honest, but most people have got them there, where I thought it was going to be. There's no way that'd go, and I don't want to be going anywhere near that main bearing, so the big end anyway. But that's where it's going to go. So I'm just waiting for the sump to drain, and then we'll get that sort of drilled, and then it could go back on, but I'll clean it all up. And then I'm probably clean the engine up as well, to be fair. I'll see if I've got any degreaser. Give the engine a good clean. I mean, it's not too bad, to be fair. I'm going to repaint it. I don't think it needs it. It's actually pretty clean. It's just, more or less, just surface dirt. So we'll go from there. Anyway, let's see in a bit. While waiting for that to drain, may as well take the oil feed bolt out, which is exactly where I put this on these early blocks. It's just up there. There's 2. Well, that's not a feed. The other one's feed's the one that's closest to the gearbox end. So I can then fit in the. I've got an AN. I think it's like a M10 to AM4 fitting. I think something like that. So we'll get that fitted in while we're waiting. No point in wasting time, is there? Just pop this out, and he wants to come out the. Oh, there we go. There she is. If you can see that. And we'll probably keep the collapsible washer. Let's go find the drain. I believe I left it in the car. And there she is. So yeah, it's an M10 to -4 fitting, which we can compare it to the old one. Let's see if I can get this on camera properly for you. There we go. So you can see that those 2 are the same. What I will do, it's got a collapsible washer on it, like a brass washer. Well, we will keep that on there, just for the sake of it, really, to be honest. That looks like a 14 as well. So 14mm spanner. Because it might be bigger than a 14. And there is distinct noise in the background of an MX-5, I believe. There's always an MX-5 coming. And let's just see. Yes it is. It's Gregor! Yeah. What a chump. Anyway, let's get this in. Right. It's actually a 16. Oddly enough. It'd be so much easier without the flywheel on. I don't know how people do this with the car in the engine bay. Right, I'll stop the camera now and I'll do it once I've got it in. Right, so the turbo feed is in. Oh, can't even see with the light. Oh, isn't it cute? Nice and blue. Now I've got to make up the A line. Once I'm through, there's no going back. Yeah, drill sump, mate. Drill sump, never had a problem. Never a problem ever. Never. Drill sump, mate. No. You think there's pro companies out there where you pay to have an in and out turbo conversion, and that's what they do. Which is what it's bound to. You are miserable. Drains in.
Because I'm not boosted.
Life's a dream. I know. That's the reason why.
Yeah, everybody should be boosted.
Everybody should be boosted.
I don't think that's big enough for you.
I don't think that drain's big enough, do you? I think should have gone for a bigger one.
You should have gone for something that size.
It's one big turbo.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. So the drain's in. Okay.
Every time, drop my finger between the supercharger and the block.
Right, we've got the drains in. I haven't put any O-rings or anything on that yet, but I'm just cleaning up all, obviously, around the outside, clean up inside there. I've got to put the baffle back in, and then I will clean up on the bottom as well, just to make sure it's all nice and clean, and then we'll bolt that back up, and I can start doing the turbo feed line, and then clean the engine up, put it back on the doily and roll it down and get all that degreased. Another video, but Gregor's doing his supercharger back now. Once that's on, all we'll do is get the TPS working on your Mega Squirt. And you'll be scratching your balls in choo-choo land. That's what all people on supercharged forced induction do, you know. They just scratch the balls because waiting for everyone else to catch up.
Yeah. Could think of all those things to do.
Yeah, he's got a nice little bracket there. He can do some things. I'd say he's not just a pretty face, but he's not even that.
Hey.
Sump is on. Drainage. Something cool about a motor with when it's out the engine with out the car with a exhaust and everything taped on. Well, taped on, bolted on. Sweet. Right, I think I might sort the oil feed line now. Yeah. Which, so it feeds down there. Now the exhaust is routed on. It's got to go to there. So I think round the back and up and across the front. Let's have a look. Okay, the turbo line is kind of fitted. So, folks, didn't get as much done as what I thought. I've been helping Gregor out on bits and pieces, but it's been a bit of a fiddly day. Well, it does look absolutely wicked with exhaust on it. But the turbo turbo feed is on, and it's loose though. Our idea is to have it going round down the side of the engine mount near the water pipe. It's basically not near anything hot. Let's shove that down there. Not anything hot, and then obviously that will be turned. It's got a nice loop to it. The turbo drain's done. PTFE, rubber O-ring, and some Loctite to basically stop that from leaking or anything. That looks fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So it's enough to get enough done, really, to be honest, but not as much as what I thought. But then that's what happens. So the next job is obviously clean the engine up and back onto the engine bay, which I was going to try and get done today, but I didn't think as much of it's going to be done. Wasn't going to get done, so it's quite a lot and bits and pieces. It's just fiddly stuff. Taking the sump off and doing it, and bolting the sump back up took a while, as you can see on the video, even though it was sped up. But so that's about it for this week. So hope you've enjoyed this install, and obviously like, subscribe, share if it's something you're interested in, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace out. See you later.